What's up, folks? Here we go. Let's log into the game. Oh. Ooh. I was wondering what that was. Got the bells going. Alright. Let's log in. We should have... Where's my Rayquaza? I do not see him. Is he in the mail? No. Where could he be? We have to update the game, maybe? Let's do a quick search in the App Store. TCG Pocket. Well, it looks like it's up and rolling. So where's my Rayquaza at? These gifts can be claimed. Okay, let's go check the shop. Anybody know where Rayquaza's hiding at? PJ says, don't think Rayquaza will be available till tomorrow. They said the 29th, which is today. Let's check the site, huh? Bing, bop, boom, bop, bing, bop, bam. Where's my Rayquaza? Maybe not, huh? Where is Rayquaza at? Well, this might suck. Maybe we're not playing Rayquaza tonight. I don't want to believe that. Because they, again, why would they say, let's see, hold on. Rayquaza, where was the actual promo at? Pocket. Look to the skies. All right, let's pull up. We're going to look to the official website. This is what we're going to do. Boom. Pokemon TCG Pocket's half-year celebration. This brand new expansion isn't the only thing to look forward to. A special round of missions and solo battles. Maybe they're out in the solo battle world. Solo battles. Where are you? I do not see it. I mean, you guys see the time on this, right? April 29th at 11 p.m. Oh, wait. That would be today. So we get this an hour before reset then? Or on reset? How the hell does that work? Hold on. Where's the calendar? Schedule. Oh, gosh dang it. Rayquaza drops tomorrow during the event. Well, that would make sense, right? But why would they put the times differently? Because this one's listed... Well, I guess that's for me, though, huh? Maybe the times are listed the same. I think I was going off the... Hold on. God, that's going to be loud. Let's watch the end of this trailer. Because I think they have the dates, right? Available Wednesday, April 30th. So this is what threw me off. Is on one thing they have... Like, the trailer itself says, available Wednesday, April 30th. So the packs are available Wednesday, April 30th. The official website says they're releasing Rayquaza on the 29th. So one would assume that would be tonight during reset. But again, yeah, 11 p.m. Pacific, that would be 23 hours from now. Or 24 hours, I guess. T-minus 24. Well, that's a load of poop. I guess we can hang out for a bit and see if they maybe data mine some cards here in a sec. I guess that's not going to happen either. We didn't get the update. No update in game. No data mine. Well, that stinks. I'm going to change my titles then. Because we ain't getting the... We'll just do new set discussion. So now I really do think that maybe that Incineroar card was faked, possibly, huh? Let me pull it up here. Alright, here's what we're dealing with. This was the card that potentially got leaked. Dan Cole says the full set revealed. Not yet. I thought they were going to do a data download tonight. Doesn't look like they're gonna. It's going to be tomorrow, it looks like. However, we may have a potential leaked card. I don't know if this is real or not. Nithic KS says, they still use different time zones for different posts. I'm really annoyed. Was ready to build Ray deck today, too. Yeah, right? Okay, so I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Nithel. Darkrai says, would love to stick around, Jay, but I gotta go watch on... Oh, that's alright, Darkrai. Drop in tomorrow night. Tomorrow, apparently, is gonna be the big night for streams, so... Make sure you're here tomorrow. We're gonna go crazy with summons. I've got... enough gold to hit the max amount of summons we can do in a day. Let's just put it that way. So we are ready for tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's not today. So let's look at this card. Again, this is a potentially leaked card. I cannot find any information on this. This was just linked to me in Discord. I couldn't find any other news about leaked cards or anything. So this may be a fake card. Just throwing that out there right now. The chances of this being a fake card are greater than 0, that's for sure. Incineroar EX, sitting at 180 HP, if this is true. He has an ability. PJ pointed me out, this is very close to the TCG version of Incineroar. They just changed the health coefficients and damage numbers. So, I don't know. I don't know if this is real or not, but honestly, I don't really like him. If he is real, he's not my favorite. He takes setup, so he does 120 damage, but so does like Solgaleo, right? Solgaleo only takes 2 energy, and there's no restrictions other than you do 10 damage to yourself. This is first off, you have to have your opponent set it up for you, because this ability only works if your opponent has their bench full. So again, let's read the ability. It says attacks used by this Pokemon cost less basic energy for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Another reason I think this is fake is the wording right here. Cost less colorless energy. It would specifically say cost 1 less colorless energy for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. It wouldn't just say cost less energy. Cost how much less energy? You know, the wording on that is not specific enough for TCG. Or at least Pocket, I feel like. I could be wrong, but I feel like they word things differently than cost less energy. That's too open and vague. Let's move on. Again, pretending this is real. It's a 4 energy attack, 1 fire, 3 colorless, 120 damage, Fire Blast. Discard a fire energy from this Pokemon whenever you use the move. So, I mean, that being the case, that kind of shoots him in the foot. I don't like if you do get him online, then you're just forced to only play him. You can't build anything else up. Nithel says, the Toomey's viewers were making really believable cards. Maybe that's where this came from then, huh? We were discussing in Discord, and it just seems kind of weird that if this was like a leaked card, like who would go through all the effort to make, first off, an Incineroar card, but second off, like, why would you wait to leak it until the day of, like, leaks? You know, all your hard work of making this leaked card is just going to get washed away in actual real leaks. So, I don't know. I'm torn on whether or not this is real or not. Maybe it is like you're saying, Nithel, where it's just somebody from, like, Zatumi's channel just making, what am I trying to say? Like a example card or one of those, like hypothesis cards. I can't think of the right word for it, but you know what I mean. Like those made up cards, fandom card type things. Anyways, point being, if it is fake, it's very well done. Props to whoever made it. But I don't know. I also don't like it. I hope it's fake in the sense that I don't like this card. If we compare it to, again, Solgaleo. Solgaleo is 2 energy. There's no, like, hey, you have to have your opponent set up the field for you to work, or have this card work. There's no, like this right here, discarding fire energy. There's no drawback on that either. So essentially, they're the same difficulty to get set up, considering they're both stage 2s. However, Solgaleo is definitely easier to set up in the energy department. Way better retreat, way better ability. All around, I'd prefer Solgaleo. The only thing that this card would have on Solgaleo is the fact that Sol G is going to be weak to fire. That's a good idea, PJ. Just have a whole plethora of fake cards ready to roll. You can do that, huh? What else am I looking at here? Let's see. I'm going to keep refreshing stuff and seeing if maybe something does end up leaking. If we do see any leaks, there is a chance it could be within the next bit. I don't think it's going to happen considering we got no data download in the game. I was hoping during reset tonight we would at least see a data download. That obviously is indicative of somebody about to data mine the game and reveal the full set. I did check. Does not look like the cards are in game yet. If you guys remember back in Mythical Island, they accidentally when they updated the game for Mythical Island before the banner actually went live, all the cards were showing up in the My Cards area here. You could see them all. They were just, you know, like you hadn't collected them. All right. In the meantime, let's do a pack pull. We do have one. I suppose this might be my last pack opening for Shining Revelry. This might be the last one, folks, because I'm going to save my next 2 free ones, as well as I am subscribed to the membership, so I get a 3rd one a day. But either way, I'm gonna end up saving the next 3 packs for the set dropping tomorrow. But let's rip this one right now. Let's see. Can we get... This is our last chance to get a gold crown Pokeball. I can't believe we walked away with no gold crowns after all of that. No gold crown Pokeball for me. Did you guys chat? What about you? Anybody pull gold crowns? I know I was watching Ursi, and she pulled 2 back-to-back gold crowns within, I think, 5 minutes. Not even. 5 minutes is pretty generous. I would say 2 or 3 minutes. I think it was within 2 10-packs. Like, she pulled 1 10-pack, 1 more 10-pack, and then that following 10-pack. Within 3 10-packs, she pulled 2 gold crown Pokeballs. And here I am, no gold crown Pokeballs. Sucks to suck. Nash says, packs don't come out till tomorrow. Nope, unfortunately not. Oop, hey, so whatever it is, we're getting something. This is our last pack we're opening on Shining Revelry. Did you guys see it? I heard the I heard the rainbow. I heard the rainbow. I taste the rainbow. Should we peek it? Part of me wants to not peek it. Let's go through old school one at a time and see what we get. All right. Again, we absolutely need the Gold Crown Pokeball. That would be beyond ideal. Let's make it happen, huh? Gold Crown, Pokeball. Oh, you know what? Let's do this too. Put it back in the pocket screen. All right, here we go. Gold Crown Pokeball. Where are you at? There's a little Tinker. Little Reverumor. All right, here we go. Drum roll. Now that we're down to the final card, I think I will. Maybe we'll peek it. What do we think? What do we think? I feel like Charlie Brown. Remember that? Remember in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the old one? Where he's like walking away after he got that chocolate bar, no gold ticket. He's walking away outside. I think he bought a chocolate bar for his Grandpa Joe. That was the last of his money. No gold ticket. He was walking outside and he finds that coin, the coin in the gutter, and he goes and buys another bar. All right, is this my Charlie and the Chocolate Factory bar? Is this my golden ticket right? Oh, nope, it's not. God damn it. God damn it.
Now, god damn it, Bobby. Somebody needs their ass kicked.
PJ says it's not glowing rainbow, so it's mid. Ah, that's a good indicator, huh? If it's... So I wasn't sure if you need, like if I just get the rainbow ding at the beginning of a pack opening, is that a guaranteed good hit? Or is that just going to be like a potential full art hit? And then if the background is rainbow, that's going to be like a guaranteed, like... What's the rarity? 2-star and above? Is that the case? Alright, in the meantime, let's do this. Let's go through and let's discuss potential Solgaleo decks. What are you guys thinking about for running Solgaleo? Here's what I'm thinking. We're going to change up our Scammery deck. And let's do this. In place of Shieldon, pretend this is the Solgaleo line. So we'll keep Shieldon here just because he'll act as the 6 cards for Solgaleo, right? So let's pretend, again, that we're running Solgaleo. This is going to be our deck. We're going to have Skarmory. Again, Shieldon, Bastiodon, and the Fossil are going to be the Solgaleo lineup. So let's pretend this is the deck, and let's see what we're building. I think we're going to get rid of Geo, first off. Definitely don't need him. I need a second Pokeball. Considering this was Fossils, I only ran 1 Pokeball. Fossils, Skarmory. But this is not going to be a Fossil. This is going to be an actual Pokemon. So, the question is, are we going to want Pokecom? I would imagine so. Are we going to want a Cape, Helmet? Yeah, we need all that for Skarmory. Sabrina, Cyrus. We could probably get rid of Sabrina. Iono? I don't know if I want Iono. I don't know if I want Iono. We definitely need a rare candy. What would count as a rare candy for us? Let's use the Pokeflute. Pretend our Pokeflute is a rare candy. Are we going to run... So, I guess another question. Do you think decks are going to want to run 2 rare candies? I would imagine so, right? For draw ability, you're probably going to want 2 of these. At least, I imagine that's how you're going to want this to work, right? If you guys are just dropping in, we are theory crafting up a Solgaleo deck for tomorrow once the set actually goes live. I'm thinking I want to run with Skarmory. Again, Shieldon, Bastiodon, and the Fossils are counting as our Solgaleo lineup. So we have 2 Skarmorys and 2 Solgaleo lineups. I think that's how I want to run it. Maybe only 1 Skarmory. 2 Skarmorys might land us in trouble. So maybe 1. Ice Cube says two rare candy, 2 Pokecoms. I'm thinking so too. We're running out of stuff to put in the deck here. So what do you guys think? I'm dropping down to 1 Skarmory. I don't think there's a reason to run 2. I really don't. I don't know. I guess until I really find out what Cosmog and Cosmoem look like, I don't know what early game building of Solgaleo is going to look like. Alright, so we'll do double Pokeflute, or again, Pokeflute is acting as our rare candy. So we'll do double rare candy, double candy flutes. Do we keep the Iono? I would say so, right? And Cyrus. Do I want Cyrus or Sabrina is another question. Sabrina could be helpful with this deck. If there's people, like, I don't want to go into stall decks where I can't attack them. And Sabrina eliminates that. You know what I mean? Alright, let's see. Ideally, you want to run the 4 items too, right? I don't want to get rid of helmet or capes. Maybe I do. Maybe now that we're only running 3 sets or 3 Pokemon, maybe we could get rid of a helmet. Because at this point, we only have 1 Pokecom. I think I can live with 1 Pokecom. I don't know if we need 2. I think we could live with 1. Iono is questionable. Cyrus could maybe be Sabrina. The thing that sucks, too, is this leaves me no room for Lily, Adaman. I don't know. I need more than 20 cards. PJ, the problem I'm running into now with Skarmory is I don't like having to run this many items with this deck. I'm almost wondering if... We're going to have to see how good the Cosmog and Cosmoem actually end up being. If they end up being good, we could have a deck where we could set up Cosmog and Cosmoem only on that, like, just run that evolution only. Take out Skarmory, only run the Solgaleo lineup, and then just run a bunch of things to support it. Rare candies. Chances are we're getting a Professor Kukui, I think his name is, whatever, Professor Cook. We're getting a support card of him, and he is going to be potentially on the level of Professor Oak, where it's going to be insane drawing. Like, you're not going to want to not have that in your deck. It's going to be an S tier card. Basically, every deck is going to want to have one. So, again, if that's the case, we might get rid of Iono. We might have Professor Kukui. I don't know. We're going to have to see how we want to play all this. Another thing is Iono doesn't really work too great with Rare Candy. You can't use Rare Candy and then Iono. And the way Rare Candy is set up, where you need Rare Candy and the card you're evolving into in your hand, Iono kind of counters that. You know what I mean? Like, sure, she can re-roll your deck, but you then have to draw both cards. So, Iono, in that sense, works against you. It's not good for multiple card hunts. It's good for single card hunt. But multiple, like, when you're trying to either, like, again, another instance is, oh, cool, I have the evolution card in my hand, but I don't have the rare candy. I have an Iono in my hand, so I'm going to play the Iono, dump my hand, try to redraw it, and see if I can search the rare candy. Or excuse me, I guess you'd have to search not only the rare candy, but then again search your card that you're evolving into. So, I don't know how well I like Iono with this, if we're being real. If Professor Kukui ends up being what I think he's going to be, PJ, I think, was discussing earlier in our Discord. Also, guys, if you're not a part of our Discord, you definitely should join. Let me throw the link out in chat. Oops, hold on. Hold up. Where's it at? Where's it at? Boom. Not only a link to the Twitch channel, but a link to our Discord as well. If you guys aren't a part of the Discord, definitely join up now. We are super active on there. That's where we're discussing all these deck ideas or any sort of leaks. Usually they all come through on the Discord first, and then we end up dropping them on stream. Regardless, definitely head on over to the Discord and join up today if you're not already a member. Zycros. What's up, Zycros? We got a full card list. Not yet, unfortunately. Zycros says, I'll join if we become best friends. Aren't we already best friends? PJ says, I agree. Iono probably not great with rare candy, but I could see it working in some cases. Don't get me wrong, it could work. I just think there's chances or times where it's going to work against you. If Professor Kukui ends up being what we discussed earlier in Discord, I think I'd rather use a Professor Kukui than having Iono in the deck. So what we discussed, Professor Kukui is going to be something along the lines of, what was it, PJ? Dump your hand, redraw until you get a Pokemon and an item card, and then like keep those cards or something like that. I can't remember. How did it work, PJ? You'll have to let me know. But either way, Professor Kukui is going to be something along the lines of search for a Pokemon and search for an item card, I believe. At least that's what PJ and I were discussing. If that ends up being the case, he'll be, again, an S-tier card. You'll want to have him basically in every deck. And that being said, I would take out Iono in a split second for Professor Kukui. But again, coming back to this, I want to be able to run a Lily, and I don't have room for a Lily. I don't know if Cyrus is going to be... Again, I feel like this is going to be a deck where I either need a Cyrus or a Sabrina, or maybe both. Zycro says, Jay, where did you finish off for rank, by the way? I'm pretty happy with where I ended. I ended on Ultra Ball 4. That was the last thing we did on stream that night before season ended, was hit Ultra Ball 4. We obviously weren't going to make the grind to Master Ball, unfortunately, with you having to win like another 25 games, but I'm happy with Ultra Ball 4. That'll put us, I think, at Ultra Ball 1 or 2 when the season resets. So I'm already happy with that. I will take that. How about you guys? Where did you guys all finish for ranked? PJ says, the Kukui rumor is it's going to be check the top deck for an unknown amount of cards, probably like 3 to 5. Place 1 Pokemon and 1 item in your deck from the cards you see. Okay, so that, again, it'll be like draw 5 cards out of the 5 you drew. Maybe not 5. 5 seems excessive. It'll probably be 3 or 4 cards. But either way, it'll be draw like 3 or 4 cards. Out of those cards, if you drew any Pokemon or item cards, you can add them to your hand. Damn, Zycros hit top 5K spamming Meowzone since day 1. Nice, not bad. I focused a lot on Charizard this season. Charizard did pretty well against Giratina Darkrai, or at least especially like towards the beginning of that season where everybody was just spamming Giratina Darkrai and I think forgot that Charizard existed. You could really blindside people with a Moltres Charizard setup. All you had to do is basically get 5 energy on the Charizard and boom, you're coming in and 2 hitting their Darkrai Giratina. And with Charizard having 180 HP, you could survive a hit. Basically, you could come in, knock out one of their 2, and then whatever one they had remaining on the bench, they could only hit you for maybe 150 if they were lucky. 170 if they still had, like, the amazing lineup of a Giratina ready to attack, a Darkrai on the bench, and the Giratina has full 4 energy, and they can add a 5th energy to Darkrai, and they have a, like, basically if the planets align, they could hit you for 170, but Charizard had 180 base, plus you run a cape, so you're sitting at 200. Either way, point being, they couldn't really take out Charizard very well, so I got like multiple 10-game winning streaks in Ultra Ball range with Charizard. Friendly Fella says, got Great Ball 1, just didn't have the time early on, and I hated the meta by the end of the season. At least that's my cope. I absolutely agree with that, Friendly Fella. I started off fairly strong, and then I petered off and just, like, barely, grinded any more rank towards the end of the season, just because I was getting really sick of playing the same meta. I feel like I should probably try to grind and go harder at the beginning of this season, though. We'll see. I think I'm definitely gonna at least. We're gonna be grinding as much as possible once this next pack drops. This whole next week we're gonna be playing a whole bunch of games. We'll be live basically every day, posting videos, all that. So again, guys, if you're not subbed to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button. Bell's on. Tomorrow night especially. Show up tomorrow night. We are gonna be doing insane amounts of summons. We are definitely hitting gold cap. I'm gonna try to have every card within a week tops. A week would be a bad estimate. If things go wrong, it's a week. If things go right, it'll be a day or 2. Either way, let's take a look here. back to our potential Solgaleo deck. So we're building a Solgaleo deck, but obviously we have some stand-ins since the cards aren't in the game. Shieldon, Bastiodon, and the fossils are acting as a Solgaleo line. I think I'm going to run one Skarmory. We'll run double Pokeball. Pokeflute is acting as Poke Candy. Or, excuse me, Poke Candy. Rare Candy. Everything's Poke. Poke Candy. Pokeflute is acting as Rare Candy. Pokecom still is Pokecom. Again, Fossil would be Cosmog. Capes are Capes. Rocky Helmet is a Rocky Helmet. Come on, don't do this to me. There we go. Double Professor, Cyrus, and Iono. So I guess the thought is we could remove Iono. I ideally would like to make room for an Adaman and a Lily. Maybe 2 Lilies. Lily might be really strong. Tough call. I guess, again, the good thing, though, about doing ranked is they're giving us free stones. So I would imagine we see our ranked results show up tomorrow, ideally. So that way everybody has their free hourglasses from running last month's or last season's ranked. Everybody should get some free hourglasses for their summons. In fact, let's take a look at that real quick. Hold on one sec. TCG Pocket Ranked Reset. Where is the image? Boom. Here we go. All right, one sec, guys. So, here is the official ranked reset graph, I guess, or chart. This is what we can expect to see your rank reset back to once the next season starts. So, if you, for instance, we ended Ultra Ball 4. I'm going to reset and go back to Ultra Ball 2 once the next season starts. Not bad. I will take that. I'm happy with that. Great Ball, guys. If you guys hit Great Ball at all, you'll still be Great Ball. So there's good news there. At least Great Ball 2. Ooh, Great Ball 1. What happens with Great Ball 1? No rank change. So you'll stay, whatever you guys hit up to Great Ball 1, you'll just stay Great Ball 1 or whatever it was that you were. That's good. I like that. It's nice that they're not going to make you go through this grind again right here. These games were kind of annoying and boring. You're just fighting, if anything, you're fighting the AI sprinkled in with one opponent to break your streak every now and then. So it'll be nice not having to go through there. However, me personally, I'm going to be an Ultra Ball, so streaks aren't going to matter. You lose your ability to even run streaks once you hit Ultra Ball. If you were able to hit, what is it, top and Master Ball, I think it's above 1,600 points, 1,675 points. You'll hit Ultra, or you'll just reset back to Ultra Ball 4, which that's not bad at all. Then you just have to grind up, what, 1 rank and you're back in Master Ball? That's not bad at all. Ooh, PJ, that's a good idea. I forgot we could cut a middle. We could take out one of the middle ones. I still want to run, I think, 1. But I think that's a great idea, is we could cut a middle Mog. I forgot about that. Great idea there. Okay, one more thing I wanted to look up real quick. Let's see. TCG Pocket Ranked rewards. So, here are the rewards we can expect to get based on what you hit. So, if you guys hit Great Ball 1, you'll get at least 50 pack hourglasses. Again, going up from here. So, we hit Ultra Ball 4, we should be able to get 90 hourglasses. That's not bad at all. If you guys manage to hit Master Ball, you got 95 for the top 10,000. Anything below 10,000, you get 100. Below 5,000, you get the emblem and 100. That's cool. I'm kind of bummed now. I wish I would have grinded it a little more, because you get the actual emblem for doing that. We should definitely hit Master Ball next season. That was a goof. Frankie says, Rare Candy's going to be broken. GG's. Antares, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's go back. So we were just checking again real quickly what we can expect for your rank to reset back to, and then what you can expect for actual hourglasses as the reward for the reset. Let's close this out. We'll go back to game here. We are theory crafting a Solgaleo deck. The cards aren't actually out, so we can't actually build it in game, but we're using placeholder cards in the time, or for the time being. Again, we're building a Solgaleo deck. I think one thing we could do, PJ just said we could drop a middle evolution for Solgaleo. So we could drop a Moem, I believe, right? Yep. Which in this case, Shieldon is acting as a stand-in for Cosmoem. So we only run one evolution of the stage 1 for Solgaleo. We're going to run 2, the Pokeflutes are stand-in for Rare Candy. So we'll run 2 Rare Candies. I'm only going to run 1 Calm. I think that'll be enough. Again, the Fossils is just part of the Solgaleo evolution line. They're just a stand-in. 2 Capes, 2 Helmets, 2 Professors, a Cyrus. Now we have 2 open spots. One of them will be Lily. So we'll put Lady in for Lily, huh? 'Cause you're my lady. When I'm with you, I heal for 30 damage and get one of my conditions removed. Antares says, which day does the Rayquaza event drop? It'll be tomorrow night. Looks like Rayquaza is dropping tomorrow night alongside the new set. So I guess good news. Everybody should be getting a free Rayquaza EX tomorrow. At the very least. If you don't happen to have any stones saved up, at least we're all walking away with the Rayquaza EX. There's the positive, the plus side. Alright, so again, Lady counts as a Lily. Here's what PJ's saying. 2 Skarms, 2 Mogs, 1 Cosmoem, 2 Solgaleos, 2 Rare Candies, 2 Cape, 2 Helmet, 1 Calm, 2 Lily, 2 Pokeball, 2 Professor. I don't know. I want to run 2 Skarmories, PJ, but I don't know if it's worth running 2 Skarmories over a Lily. And at this point... So wait, what would be my other card that I'm missing here? A second Skarmory? It would either be a second Skarmory or 2 Lilies. What are we running? How would you guys run this? 2 Skarmories and 1 Lily? Or 2 Lilies and 1 Skarmory? Personally, I kind of like the 2 Lilies, 1 Skarmory. Just because I don't know how useful a second Skarmory could be. You guys know what I mean? Like, at what point after I draw an initial Skarmory, at what point does my second one become a brick? It's tough to say. Tough call. Antares says, remove 1 Helmet, add 1 Iono. So, if we are going to run 1 Skarmory, that does let me open up this, like that. So, now we can run 2 Lilies, 1 Skarm. Antares, we were talking, I don't think Iono's going to be that great for Rare Candy decks. You can't use Rare Candy. Like, I can't have a Rare Candy in my hand, use it, then use Iono, and draw my card. The card, it won't work like that. There's the specific wording on Rare Candy makes it so I can't Iono afterwards. I think I think, PJ makes a good point, though. The second Skarmory acts as a Pokecom currency or material. Could help with Sabrina. See, that's another thing I'm thinking now, too, is do I want a Sabrina? Because I'm almost saying, do I want Sabrina over Cyrus? And Tyrus, so the fossils are stand-in. This is all, the Shieldon, Bastiodon aren't actually part of the deck. This is a stand-in. We're building a Solgaleo deck, so these are stand-in cards. Shieldon is going to be Cosmoem. We're only running one since it's the middle evolution. We have Rare Candy. Bastiodon will be the stand-in for Solgaleo, and the two fossils here are obviously stand-ins for Cosmog. So, again, there's a lot of stand-ins for this deck since the cards aren't actually in game. The Poke Center ladies are going to act as lilies. The Poke Flutes are acting as rare candies. Or you could run Dialga, would give you more HP than Skarmory and stall for a little longer, get you what you need for Solgaleo. Another reason I like that too, PJ, is it lets me come, like, so Skarmory sucks in the sense that he's good early on, very good early on, but then what happens once my Solgaleo dies? Oh, I'm supposed to win the game with a Skarmory? You know, considering they just killed me with like a Charizard or something, and their Charizard's 200 HP, and now I'm coming in with a Skarmory and limping along, hoping I can wipe out the rest of their team with just a Skarmory at the end of the game. Not great. I think I'm starting to think maybe we drop Skarm entirely. What if we drop, so hear me out, we drop Skarm entirely. Do I need capes and helmets, honestly? Double cape, double helmet. So we could drop Skarm, double cape, or one cape, one helmet. I could add a Dialga. I don't know. There's going to be a few ways to play it. It's tough to say. I do obviously want to run a Skarmory variation, but I think also we'll build a Dialga variation as well. We'll have to see how well it works early game. And like, because if Solgaleo can put out a bunch of early game threat, that might be the way to do it. It's going to be a very fast deck. You know what I mean? Or it has the potential to be a very fast deck. So Skarmory, I feel like you take advantage of that speed more than Dialga would. Dialga, I feel like you're playing like a pivot game a little more, where you build up, you stall, you build up on the back row with Dialga. You're not going to be energy starved at all on your Solgaleo, so you could just put every single energy attach, or at least every one of your attach energies, you could just drop it on Solgaleo, and that way, you start off, build Dialga out front, swap in to Solgaleo once he's built up. Once Solgaleo dies, or you need to pivot back out, then your Dialga can come back in and swing for 100. So that's not bad. I think Dialga will be better late game, but I think Skarmory is going to be a better early game threat. Ideally, I want to try to play Solgaleo fast. Considering it's able to be online turn 2, I want to try to set this up in the way that we can maximize those turn 2 setups. But there is also the potential of, like, I'm trying to build too fast, and basically I'm just running and tripping, and then once, like, it's good initially, you're good right out of the gate, but then you peter out and you end up losing. So, we'll have to see. I do want the Cape Lily is going to be insane. Cape Lily potions too. Oh god, I forgot about that. I mean, it depends on what Solgaleo looks like. There's a chance too we can run just a Solgaleo only lineup. Depending on again what Cosmoem look like, there's a chance we could run the only Solgaleo lineup. Then I could run like double potions with it and have like 2 lilies, 2 potions, capes and heal for potentially 120 damage in one turn. I don't know. Jamie says, Dialga's terrible for this deck in my opinion. Why Dialga when energy is only 2? So that's my thought too, is you're not necessarily starved for energy. It's Dialga is more so something you can swap. Like, it's a stall to start, and then you can swap back into it for free at the end there. And hit for the 100 on Dialga. I kind of agree, though. I think this deck might be better off trying to play faster, since it's 2 energy cost, and you can be online turn 2 with this deck. That's why I'm almost thinking, why bother running Skarmory? If I can be online turn 2, why not just try to maximize what it takes to get online turn 2? If that's the case, maybe Pokecom, a second Pokecom, or even an Iono might be helpful there. I don't know. We got to do some actual playtesting with it, and I got to see exactly what Cosmog and Cosmoem are going to do. Because if they're going to be absolutely useless early game, you might be better off with a Dialga stall. The reason Dialga might be good there is because, again, he's going to have so much health and be able to stall for long enough that if you don't draw your Solgaleo lineup right away, you have something to stall for till you do get that. Another thing, too, guys, you got to remember is you have to have, for Rare Candy, you have to have both the cards in your hand. It's not like you can draw one turn, hang out, and then draw one the next turn, like, or I guess in the current meta, you can always top deck and then evolve, and then you have at least a little more HP until you draw your final evolution, or you continue to build and grow and have more HP. So that's the scary thing, is with Rare Candy, you're sitting as a basic for potentially 1 turn longer until you draw that card, considering you have to have both in your hand to make it work. So there will be ups and downs to both, I feel like. PJ makes a good point. Depending, again, on what Cosmog can do, there's a good chance he may have a Magikarp type move where he can swap out to the back row or the bench. So that would be another reason why Dialga could be good, is the fact that you could pivot into him very easily if you don't draw him. I agree, PJ. Dialga will still be helpful, but we'll have to see how this goes. Me personally, I'm wanting to try to build a faster, more aggressive Solgaleo deck. So that's why I'm thinking 1 or no Skarmory. If we do no Skarms, I don't know, it'll be crazy. But at least 1 Skarmory. This gives you some early game stall and early game attack threat too. I think I do want to run 2 Skarmory though. I think maybe this would be the deck right here, plus a second Skarmory. And that would be it. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I almost am positive too we're going to get more mons that will support Solgaleo. So there's probably things we're not seeing yet that could be added to this deck. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm going to take a quick Pokepuff. All right, I'm back. Let's do this. I'm gonna pull up Limitless. We'll go to the deck builder. Let's build a Lunala deck, huh? So let's pretend we're running Mewtwo. This is classic Mewtwo, huh? Boom, 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 boom. Well, this is a genetic Apex deck for sure, huh? There was nothing added to it. Bam Bam says, I hope Cosmog have 60 HP, at least. At least. I'd 60 to 70. 70 would be even better. 70 HP would be fine for me. What if he had 70 HP and 20 damage? That'd be nuts. There's no way. Alright, so let's build a Lunala deck. Let's build a faux Lunala deck. I don't think we're gonna run Gardevoir. I gotta look up Lunala real quick. Hold on one. Oops, let's do this. Open screen. Go. So here's Lunala. I guess real quick too, if you guys were curious, here's what Solgaleo will look like for that deck we were just building. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch it to your active. 2 energy, 120 damage, 180 HP. He's going to be quick. He's going to be hitting quick. He does do 10 damage to himself, though. That's a drawback right there. Jamie Scott says, pretty crazy that Lunala with Giant Cape plus Blue could survive a Charizard 200. Yeah, I was just going to say almost Solgaleo could too. With Adaman. With Adaman, so I guess if you have Cape plus Adaman, you could potentially have 120 HP or 220 HP that turn. The problem is he's weak to fire, so you're still going to get hit for 220. But regardless, Lunala EX going to have 180 HP as well. His ability: once during your turn, you may move all of your psychic energy from one of your benched psychic Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So that's a qualifier right there. He can only move energy from a benched psychic Pokemon. It's not just psychic energy from any Pokemon. It's benched psychic Pokemon and it's psychic energy from that benched psychic Pokemon. And then you can move it to your active. He does 100 damage. He's somewhat disappointing. I feel like his ability is going to be more so what gets put to use than his actual attack. The good thing about his attack is he can at least come in as like an emergency swinger if needed. But I don't see him being like the frontliner for his deck, unfortunately. I think you're going to want to run like a Mewtwo with him, obviously. How are we going to want to build Lunala? Is the question. Suppose we'll put some Giratinas in there, right? Why would you not? Gira Island. Jamie says, I could see Lunala used with Giratina EX, possibly Rayquaza. If I could move that energy onto... Wait, I could. Can I? Let's see. Move all of your psychic energy to your active Pokemon. So I could put Rayquaza in there and have all that energy that I built up on, like, somebody. That could be a fun deck. So we could do Giratina or Mewtwo. One of the two, right? You'd either have Giratina or Mewtwo. Or, not Giratina. You'd have Rayquaza or Mewtwo act as your... Friendly Fella says, with Rayquaza EX, you could use the new card that's going to let you pick up the normal cards. I agree. That'll be good with that, because it'll act like a Koga for Rayquaza, and it'll be extremely annoying. I guess, so with Lunala, let's do this. I'm going to put that Ralts. Let's put the Psychic line back in. Where is it at? Search filter. Advanced search. Let's run Psychic. Apply. Okay. In place of Lunala, we'll do... Where's Ghastly? I was gonna say I'll just do like Haunter. Or not Haunter. What's his name? Gengar. Are these all right here? Alright, so boom, 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 boom. Again, the Ghastly line, or the Haunter Gengar line here is going to be Lunala in this instance. This is just a placeholder. So, there's our Lunala placeholder. You know, Mew could be good in this as well, too, depending on what the meta is. Let's see. Slab? Do we want Slab? Slab could be good. We're just gonna put everything we want in the deck, possibly, and go from there. This one's gonna want Retreat, though. This deck would probably want Retreat. What do we got? 16 cards. I don't even think I want Slab at all, honestly. Do we? We'll do Slab for Candy. I don't know how I want to run this deck. We'll definitely only run one middle. So that leaves us with 5 cards. We probably need 2 Leafs, right? I can't imagine this deck survives without Leaf. Again, Mythical Slab is acting as our rare candy. Oh, PJ, that's a killer idea. 2 Giratina, 1 Mewtwo. Yeah, I think you're right. 2 Mewtwo is gonna brick you. I like your guys' idea here with the Snorlax, Berry, Lunala, Rayquaza. So you'd only run the one Lunala line then, huh, PJ? Because essentially we already have Giratina Mewtwo, and it doesn't need Energy Pivot. Well, it does. I shouldn't say that. Would you run double Rayquaza then? Or one Rayquaza? Because I really like that idea of, like, using your Rayquaza to pivot. You know what I mean? Or stall it front and then pivot it off. That's a great idea. PJ says you only need the one Lunala to make the strat work. He's not a good attacker. That's true. I just was thinking for drawability. Dylan says, when you join a multiplayer game, does it show your guy's rank in the corner? It should. But honestly, then why not a Gardevoir? Why even bother with Giratina / Lunala? Yeah. Right? Jay, these are placeholder cards, just so everybody knows. This is acting as Lunala. We're just building a faux deck for tomorrow. Gengar EX plus Apex. You could also, I guess that's true though. I see what you're saying. You could also run Gengar. This is also a possibility. Gengar is going to be nasty, if you guys remember Gengar. As long as this Pokemon's in the active, your opponent cannot use any support cards. Gengar is going to be obnoxious, for sure. I don't know. How do we use Lunala? It might be too much setup for not enough payoff. Because you're not attacking with Lunala, and the effect itself is just Dawn. And you could Dawn, I mean, it's a 6-card Dawn, you know what I mean? Even more, it's 8-card Dawn. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. It could be good. Maybe with Mewtwo. I don't know. It's so hard to set that up. Because you've got to get Mewtwo, Giratina, this whole thing set up. And then you can pivot your energy from Giratina to Mewtwo and maybe have it work. Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so much setup for not enough it. Like, I could do all this with a Dawn, and that cost me 2 cards instead of 8. Huh. I don't know. I think I want to see a way to play Lunala. Like, Lunala himself. How do I play just Lunala? Gengar could be good, too. Boy, what would be a fun Gengar-only deck? Could be good. Lunala plus Giratina X Dawn. That's going to be way... I don't even... At that point, you don't need Lunala, right? Because you've already got Dawn. That's my point is... Dawn is so much easier to set up than Lunala. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to imagine scenarios where I'm like, yes, this Lunala setup's sick. As opposed to, like... Okay, this is it, guys. The 1 in 300 games where we finally got the planets aligned, and we've got our Mewtwo out front, our Gengar back, or excuse me, our Giratina on the bench, and then Lunala also built. And I don't know. It's just so, like, there's gonna be so many times where your Mewtwo isn't out front. Your opponent's doing things to you too. You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna just sit there and let you build up a Mewtwo and a Giratina and a Lunala. And have at it, friend. I'm not gonna Sabrina you or kill your Mewtwo or anything. So PJ says Lunala's effect's good for pivoting, not good for big smacks and discard like Mewtwo. What's a good psychic with like 1 retreat? Mew. He might make. That's why I keep wanting to put Mew in the game. Like, Mew might be an amazing card with him, right? Or, what if... Son of a bitch. What if... Where's my guy? This Pokemon has... If this Pokemon has any energy attached, it has no retreat cost. None says the full set revealed. I don't believe so. I don't think it's going to be until tomorrow, unfortunately. We didn't get a data download tonight. A data download. If it has, it doesn't look like it has been, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Check the Reddit. We can check the Reddit, too. There's a discussion. Do we think Celestial Guardian's going to have 1 or 2 mini sets? I hope 2. Honestly. Give me like an Ultra Beast set, and then give me the... I don't know. I definitely want Ultra Necrozma, though. Or like Duskmane. Duskmane Lunala. Or not Lunala. What am I saying? Dawnwing Lunala and Duskmane Solgaleo would be sick. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think anything's new yet. Alright, let's go back to this deck here that we're whipping up. So Mew. So we got Giratina and Mew as possible retreat. Low retreat. How much? What could Giratina do? 70 damage? He's not great, but he's retreating for free. No, I thought it was going to happen tonight. My bad. We went live, and unfortunately, the set did not get data mined, so. Antares says, I really want to fight with you tomorrow. We could probably do that. So, it'll be later, I would imagine. I'm going to go absolutely crazy tomorrow night with summons. I'm definitely hitting gold cap on summons. Like, we're going to do as many summons tomorrow as we possibly can until we hit cap. And then I guess we'll see what we can build for decks and go from there. Excuse me. I really, so far, my main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know anybody. But no, my main goal is to get Solgaleo. So far. Currently, that's top priority is Sol G. So, Lunala is a second. I'm gonna get everything. If I'm being real. We're gonna get everything. It's just, how quickly can we do it? What else? What do we think the gold crown's gonna be? Have they shown... Is it gonna be... Like, what could be the gold crown card? Also, this card, Hidden Sleeper. Let's not forget about him, guys. This Alolan Raichu could be really nasty. Wait, what did I do, PJ? What'd I do? Lunala doesn't feel good until you knock out a basic tank, a hit, and Leaf combo into Mewtwo for 150. That's what I'm trying to think, is like, you're gonna have to set up like a Leaf into something else combo. EV Play says, I'm excited to make a Solgaleo Alolan Raichu deck. Yeah, look at this guy. So you're gonna run this with Solgaleo. Interesting. Oh, switch down. Oh, I wonder if that's what they're gonna do, is Gold Crown Rare Candy. Holy smokes, that could be nasty, huh? That would be crazy. The ultimate flex. Oh, okay. Sorry, PJ. That's that meme from Riff Raff. You guys ever seen him? Where he's got like that shark tooth grill in, and he does that like 5-second video of him going, my main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. And then chomps his shark teeth. It's a classic. So Alolan Raichu, this might be the hidden sleeper, like, best deck, or best card in the deck. In the set, excuse me. 3 energy, but it's colorless energy, so you can run him wherever. He's got 140 HP, he's a stage 1. The problem is, he's stage 1, you're not going to rare candy him at all. You're just going to have to either Pokecom him or get lucky and draw him the old-fashioned way. But colorless energy, that's where it becomes game-changing. Also, the attack. Psychic does 60 damage base. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So, even if it's just Solgaleo and you have 2 energy on there, that's going to do 120 damage. It's not bad. But if you have a Rayquaza, all of a sudden now you're hitting for 180 damage. Is that right? Let's see. 30 times 4. That's 120. Plus 60 is 180 damage. If you put a red on there, you don't need to, but you could. PJ, you got to be my right-hand man when we get famous. My main goal is to blow up and bring all my friends with me. Evie Plays says Golden Professor's Research. We're going to get one eventually. My thought is it might be around the anniversary, like 1-year anniversary. And it might be a free one. It might be a free gold crown that everybody gets. I don't know. Just an idea. Another idea, too, is as an anniversary card for the 1-year anniversary, they may give us an item card that adds 1 colorless energy to a Pokemon. It'll be like an energy card in the real game, but for us, it would act as like an item card, and you would just be able to attach a colorless energy to whatever card, and it would act as, again, like an item card. Like a potion, but instead of healing for 20, you're attaching an energy. And it would be limited to 1. You'll only ever get 1. And again, everybody would have it. That's what I think. BE says Dialga X Raichu. You could. PJ says, the thing is, this meta is definitely going to push towards low energy and fast paced. And so Alola Raichu doesn't like that. He really doesn't. Again, with Solgaleo, he's only going to be hitting for 120 against Sol G. He does get a little scarier, though, for, like, Rayquaza or Giratina. Hell, even Darkrai. He can wipe out a Darkrai, if you think about it. 3 energy attached is 90 damage. That's 150. That's enough to wipe out a Darkrai right there, especially if you have red.
Ballin'.
Hey, there's a ballin'. Appreciate it. Any ballin' you guys hear, somebody sub to the channel. Also, I guess, quick reminder, if you guys aren't subbed to the channel, now's a good time to do it. Make sure you got those bells on. Tomorrow night, we're going crazy. We're hitting gold cap on summons. We are going to be going until they tell us we can't summon no more. Until they kick us out. Mythical Island Golem or Solgaleo? Rare Candy is going to change the game for every stage 2 in the game. That's what I love about Rare Candy coming is any stage 2 card in the game is now like their stocks just went up. So old cards that you forgot about. Golem. He's going to be good again, like Rampardos is going to be nasty. PJ's set on Rampardos. He thinks Rampardos deck's going to be it. Should we build that real quick? Let's build the Rampardos deck. For now, we'll come back to this. This is going to be... Oh, shit. I saved that. Oops. Mewtwo / Lunala? Question mark? Okay, we'll come back. I'll be back. What else am I building here? Let's do new one. Let's do fighting. So what are you running with it? We'll do ramp, bink, bink. Or isn't there a way to search the... I think I screwed it. There we go. Are you running... Not that Lucario. Are you running Lucario with it? There's our guy. Boop. Are you running one Cranidos? We'll put the fossils in last. What would you run with this then, PJ? Probably where were you saying earlier? Hitmonlee? Where's Lee at? Boop boop. Did you put a Marshadow in there? I'm just putting these in there. We can add or remove as needed. So again, Golem might be back in action here on some decks. This one, Alolan. You know what? We might get a... Isn't there a new Golem too? Alolan Golem. Where's our classic Golem at? Where did he go? There he is. Or this is the new one, I guess, right? No, this is the classic. One Marshadow's enough. All right. Kangaskhan. You put Kang in? Ooh, Kang Scoop. I like that. Okay. Kangang Scoop. Let's do that then. Kang. Let's put that fossil in. Oops, not armor. Wrong one. Skull. Alright, we'll do Pokeflute. Again, Axe is our candy. Eevee, that... Ooh, that's a good point. The problem is with Aerodactyl, he's a stage 1. So you're not rare candying them online. But, I mean, you could still get them online somewhat quick. And then you're shutting down their... They're evolving. That's a good idea. The other problem is, though, is a fossil isn't a basic. So you have the draws against you there, because you have to draw both a fossil like turn 1, set it up, then get into Aerodactyl before they can evolve. Could be hit or miss, because your opponent might evolve so much faster than you. Like if you go second and they're going first and they have everything, you're screwed. What does the candy do? Good question. So rare candy. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, you can put that card onto the basic Pokemon to evolve it, skipping the stage 1. But you can't use it, basically, it's normal evolution rules, where you can't evolve the same turn that you just put a basic in. Just like in the real game, you can't evolve a card the same turn you put it in. So you can't play rare candy on that card that same turn. But it would be, I guess, good for, again, any stage 2 card, anything that evolves from basic to stage 2, this now is viable. Problem is, there is a downside of having to have the card in your hand. So you have to have 2 cards in your hand to make this setup work. That's the downside. JMS, they did keep it locked up on under wraps. I figured it was going to be leaked tonight. We got 0 data mine. Jay says, it's basically a wild card stage 1. Even better, because it wild cards you right into a stage 2. Infernape going second gets to hit on his second turn. So, turn 4. Yes, and that's... So, Infernape's going to be nasty, at least for, like, early game wham bam thank you ma'am. Because he can turn 2 hit you for 140 damage. 160 with red. 180 with fire weakness. So Infernape is taking out your Solgaleo every time. Unless you have a cape. JMS says, finally we can move on from Darkrai Giratina. Yes. The only positive to an Infernape is he wipes his energy, so he can't attack. He can't do that again back-to-back, but Infernape, I think, is going to have a shot in the meta. I would rather play Infernape than that potentially leaked, what am I saying? That leaked Incineroar card we were looking at earlier. Lily, also, guys, if you haven't seen Lily. Heals 60 damage from one of your Stage 2 Pokemon. This is the immersive right here. We were taking guesses the other day once we saw this card get revealed. I'm thinking the immersive is going to be like them on like the beach, and it's going to be all the other trainers. Like, what's his name? Kaiwei and, Lana and Acerola and all those other trainers, you know what I mean? Like the 5 colored trainers or however many there are. That'll probably be the immersive art. It'll be all of her friends hanging out together. Adrian says, when do you think the data mine's dropping? I thought it was going to be tonight. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's tonight. They did a good job keeping this one under wraps, because we are now T-minus 24 hours and we don't have a set leak yet. At some point, though, they do have to update the game before tomorrow. So as soon as the game updates, I don't know when they're going to do it. If it's going to be early morning, middle of the afternoon, right before reset tomorrow. Like, that would be crazy. Antara says, rare candies come too early in this game. It's gonna shake things up. For sure. Eevee plays, do you think we're gonna get a mini set with the Dawn and Dusk forms? I hope so. I really, really hope so. Duskmane Lunala is like top 5 Pokemon for me. For sure. Kimchi Sauce says, just got here. What's with Ray? You think he's going to be good? I don't think he's going to be meta level good, but I think you'll see him in some decks. You're definitely going to get hit by a Rayquaza. Over the next month, a Rayquaza is going to upset you. If you guys play PvP at all, I'm just going to tell you now, over the next month, a Rayquaza is going to upset you. Is it going to be meta? Probably not. Guys, if you haven't yet joined our Discord, good mention, PJ. Boom. There's a link to both the Twitch and the Discord. Again, if you guys haven't joined the Discord, I would highly suggest joining up today. That's where we drop. As soon as anything gets leaked, we have a whole team that usually is pretty good at searching. And usually it's dropped on Discord pretty quickly after the leaks happen. So, again, most things happen on Discord first, and then we go live right afterwards. But if you're not a part of Discord, I would definitely suggest joining. That's where we all hang out after stream. We're all sharing deck ideas, stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I'd join up today. Again, guys, if you're not subbed to the channel, too, make sure you hit that sub button. Tomorrow, we're planning on hitting gold cap for summons. I'm summoning until they kick me out. We're closing the bar down. Heck yeah, we are almost at 2,000 subs, too. Not bad. So these are the trainers I was talking about. These are the trainers that are going to be featured in Lily's immersive art, I feel like. Here's Rayquaza, if you guys are curious. Let's do the... This is going to be the full art one and the free promo. Ballin'. Hey, there's a ballin'. Appreciate it. Again, guys, every ballin' you hear is somebody subbing to the channel. Rayquaza EX. So he's going to be basic 140 HP, colorless. I like all that. Well, the HP is a little low, but we can live with it. Basic, colorless, 2 retreat cost. That's nice. The attack is 4 energy, however, so that's a little much, but we can make it work. Draco Meteor. So it's 4 colorless energy. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random 4 times. For each time a Pokemon is chosen, do 40 damage to it. It's going to be a Dragonite, essentially, like a Dragonite or a Wigglytuff. The thing that makes this card good is it's basic. There's no setup. It's colorless energy. You can run it anywhere. He could act as a potential, like a Mew. You know how Mew was somewhat set up during like Mythical Island, where he was set up as a bench. I'm gonna come in and counter swing you with my Mew. This could act as like a counter hit right here. You have him build up on the bench, then once he's ready, you can have him swing in, boom, do his move, see what happens. 160 damage goes out every time he attacks. Another thing is he combos with one of the other new cards we're getting right here. Put one of your colorless Pokemon that has damage on it into your hand. So, if they chip your Rayquaza with anything, you could play... The problem is it does have to have damage on it. But, well, I mean, obviously, right? Why else would you use this? But if it has damage on it, you can use it as like a Koga, pop it back in your hand, and you save yourself from, I guess, losing any points. You will lose all your energy by using it, but you could combo it with something like a Lunala. That's why I was trying to see if we could maybe build it up with a Lunala. I guess I got double Lunala now, but a Lunala where you can move your energy and maybe pivot around and use it on a Rayquaza as like a pivot deck. Lunala Rayquaza might be an option. I'm kind of liking that. Another potential deck. Actually, let's build that right now, huh? Let's build that right now. We'll come back to this one. Did I build it yet? Let's do this. We're going to go make a copy. No, 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 no. Maybe Articuno here. Do Palkia. And Ray. Is Ray in the game yet? No. What's a good stand-in for Ray? What's a good colorless? Do we have a colorless basic at all in Rayquaza? I don't think we do. Okay, pretending Beedrill is Rayquaza. We'll use that for now. So Manaphy, Palkia, we could do double. Oh, we got double Palkia. Okay, Manaphy, Palkia. Let's just do this to make it less confusing. Beedrill is acting as Rayquaza. And then we're going to play this as like a 18 trainer. Or not 18, excuse me. 14 trainer. Palkia, Manaphy, Rayquaza. We would run the new... This card, I believe, right here. We could run that. Oops, where did we go? Let's close that. We wouldn't need Sabrina. Cyrus might be better, though. Well, I don't know. Do I need Cyrus, too? Cyrus with Palkia could be good, though. Yes, Cyrus. Throw him in there. Why not? Sorry, guys. Missed chat. Let me scroll back up and catch chat here. BE says, I think the other immersive will be Lily, but at nighttime. BE, that's a genius idea. What if we get nighttime Lily? I totally forgot. We are going to get a daytime and nighttime theme deck. Another reason that Incineroar isn't real, PJ. Right there, is it's not daytime, nighttime theme. And I forgot that those cards are definitely going to be... If we go back here and look at the cards, so we're getting 2 sets of starters. This is the daytime set. If you notice, there's like sunny skies, it's daytime. The moves are different. And then we're getting a nighttime set. So, and that is kind of true for a couple other cards here too. Oricorio, daytime, nighttime, day and night. They got Torracat. They got the stage 2s, but those look like daytime stage 2s. Or stage 1, excuse me. I'm sorry. Daytime stage 1s for the starters. So that could be a really awesome idea, is if we have like a nighttime Lily that maybe does damage. Or Gladion. Yeah. I like that idea. Give us Gladion nighttime. Oh my god, that'd be nasty, wouldn't it? Because we have to have 2 immersives, don't we? There's going to be 1 immersive, so it'll be Lily on Solgaleo, and then Gladion Lunala. That would make the most sense, would it not? Oh my lord! Genius! Whoever brought that up. Who brought that up? I forgot. I'm brain farting already. BE. BE, you always have good ideas. Always. That's a killer idea. I love that. Give us daytime Lily, nighttime Gladion. That's our other immersive. I totally forgot that we are getting a second immersive with the 2 packs. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm stoked now. We don't even know. Lily might be garbage, you guys. Ishan Jiankan says, I think by noon we might get the full set leak. I would hope so. I'm thinking you're right. They have to do an update at some point, and it would be crazy for them to wait until last minute tomorrow to do the update. PJ, another, well, let me think. I was gonna say, you could run Alolan Raichu and Rayquaza as well. And then you could maybe run the, like, Pachirisu to funnel energy. BE, I think inherently these EXs are day and night. Like, if you look at Lunala's, that looks pretty nighttime-ish to me. Solgaleo looks somewhat daytime. I mean, it's light blue sky looking. This is, you know, dark purple sky looking, nighttime sky. Plus, inherently what they represent, the sun and the moon. So, I think those cards alone stick true to the day and night theme. So, we're not going to get an opposite, like, day and night Solgaleo or Lunala or anything. But, excuse me, but I do feel like you're onto something with us getting a Gladion immersive for Lunala that would maybe act as the opposite of a Lily. Where Lily heals damage, maybe Gladion either prevents damage or gives you a damage boost. Mahi, what's up? Welcome to the channel. I agree. Raichu's looking very dangerous. Ishan, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it. Guys, if you haven't yet followed yet on Twitch, do me a favor. In fact, there's the link. There's the link to the Twitch channel as well as the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord yet, I highly suggest joining up. We usually have a whole little team that's pretty good about finding leaks as soon as they happen. So if you guys are interested in something like that, or even just building decks, discussing Pocket, or really anything, head on over to the Discord. I highly encourage you to join. It's a lot of fun. Pretty active. We're all over there in between stream, things like that. So head on over today. Also, again, tomorrow, guys, if you're not subbed to the channel, hit that sub button. Hit that follow button. We are going crazy tomorrow for summons. We are summoning until we hit gold cap. We're summoning until they kick us out of the bar. Eevee Plays says, I'm going to be upset if we don't get Nihilego Fusion of Lusamine. I was thinking maybe that could be a set, like a booster. One of the booster sets is like Nihilego Necrozma themed. Or maybe even one of each. Like one's Nihilego, the next one's Necrozma. Like, I feel like we could probably do the first one, again, Nihilego, and have it just be focused on the Ultra Beast. And then the second one could be Necrozma and have it be focused on like Duskmane and Dawnwing. Nice, Ishan. Ishan says, join the Discord too. Heck yeah. It's like I said, it's a lot of fun over on the Discord, so I'm glad to have you over there. Jamie says, where are my boys? Steelix and Sizor. Ooh. That could be fun. Jamie, I do feel like we're going to get some other support card for Solgaleo and Lunala. Like another steel card, another card to go with Lunala of some sort. The Ultra Beasts, you know, we could maybe get a supporting Ultra Beast like Celestelia or Celesteela, excuse me. Or I don't know. I mean, there's multiple options for a psychic variant. Ishan says, I'm hoping for Kangaskhan EX. Bro, that'd be what would that be? Flip like 3 coins and do 30 damage for each one. Something crazy. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that too, BE. We could totally get the Tapus. The Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko could definitely support the Solgaleo Lunala. Or what's the one? I can't remember the names and which ones they are, but there is one that could potentially fit as a psychic one. Somebody pointed this out, so notice this, guys. Check this out. Oops, let's go back. We got the Alolan. This is the Rainbow Art Alolan Raichu EX, right? If you notice right here, who's that guy? That looks like Executor to me, right? Alolan Executor. Well, if he's in the card art, he's going to be one of the cards we get, right? So, I'm like 99% sure. We were talking about this on Discord the other day, but we're like 99% sure we're getting Alolan Raichu. Or not right. Obviously, we're getting Alolan Raichu. Alolan Executor. The question is he going to be Dragon type? Is he going to be Grass type? It could be awesome if we get a Dragon type Executor. That could be fun. PJ says Kangaskhan's going to get a Mega for sure. Ooh, so we're probably going to see... I wonder... Do you have to be an EX Pokemon to get a Mega Evolution? Or can you... Do you think we're going to be able to Mega Evolve non-EX Pokemon? Eevee Plays says, how big of a problem do you think power creep will affect older sets? Eevee, I think they're doing a good job of adding things that keep older sets relevant. There's always times where, like, a card drops in a new set, and you're like, what the hell's the point of this card? And now, all of a sudden, like, oh, we're getting rare candy, and all these cards make sense. Or another instance, like Snorlax, right? Snorlax dropped, and it's like, bro, this is the worst card in the game. Who's ever going to use Snorlax? Now, like, Berry Snorlax is an absolutely nasty combo. Totally viable and usable on, like, a lot of decks, you know? So, I do think they are doing a good job of adding cards in a way that keeps the game relevant and not so... Like, there is a power creep, obviously. But it's a power creep that brings the rest of the game along with it most of the time. Most of the time. Not everything's going to shine always, but they're doing a decent job of keeping the game fresh by, like, giving you a flavor of the month. And the flavor of the month can include bringing older cards into play again. Like, Mewtwo is always going to be, like, in and out of relevancy. Mew is going to be in and out of relevancy. You know, there's going to be a bunch of cards that will never go away. Sean says, Dragon type EX is much needed now. Could this be it? I would take an Alolan Executor EX. I would be fine with that. PJ made a great point that there's not a lot of dragons in the sets that they've launched up till now. Alolan, I think, does have a decent amount of dragons, right? Or, like, at least the newer gens have more dragons in them than, like, up to Gen 3. We definitely need more dragon cards. Alrighty, Sean, thanks for stopping by. Definitely drop in tomorrow night, guys. Like I said, tomorrow we're going crazy for summons. Definitely drop in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for stopping in tonight. If you guys haven't subbed to the channel, hit that sub button. If you guys aren't following on Twitch, do me a favor, hit that follow button down on Twitch. BE says there's a grass and dragon version of egg, so I think since Alolan Dex isn't that big, they could have a grass one in Soul Pack and dragon in Lunala Pack. That could be true. Maybe a night and like a day and night. Day and night. Antares, Alolan Executor is dragon type? Yes. In the game he is. In the TCG, there's a lot of dragon type cards for him as well. He could be fun, so let's look up a... Hold on. Alolan Executor TCG. Can we see this one? It's going to be hard to see, but I'll read you guys the card. So it's a dragon type card. This is the actual TCG, so the values are going to be skewed, but this could be something we see, and this is somewhat similar to what we already have as our Executor EX. Draco Meteor Barrage, 80 damage base, flip a coin for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 80 damage for each heads. That could be crazy. Prit Kamar says, all the cards aren't even out yet. Any theory crafting or card analysis is useless right now. You can get ideas. You can start to get the blueprint. There's enough for certain blueprints to be started. I agree in the sense that you can't finalize these decks, but we can definitely start theory crafting. PJ's right. I would rather kind of go through these cards now than have them just be a surprise come tomorrow. Let's see. Wonder how these will be useful. Heal all damage from one of your Shiinotics or Serenas. Discard all energy. That's never going to be useful, honestly. Get that crap out of here. This card, Sophocles. He could be good. During this turn, attacks used by your Alolan Golem. So we are getting Alolan Golem. Vikavolt or Togedemaru do 30 plus damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. This is going to be a nasty card. Absolutely crazy. Also, again, makes me think we're going to get some sort of viable Alolan Golem deck. Alolan Golem. We don't have a Vikavolt, so we'll get a Vikavolt. We don't have Togedemaru, or no, we do have a Togedemaru, but he's not great, so I would like to see a new one. I don't even remember. Do you guys remember what Togedemaru looks like? Let's search him up, huh? Told you. Oh, we don't have one, do we? I guess we don't have one. Well, cool. I guess we're getting a Togedemaru, too. Evie Plays says, Alola has so much to offer, so speculation is really fun. I agree. We don't know what we're getting. I know we're going to see more of this, like, day and night theme, which I'm excited to see what all they do for the starters, and how that's going to play out. Jay says, are they based on real cards, like identical to the real TCG? I don't know about the real game. Unfortunately, Jay, I'm not too big into the real TCG myself, but there are cards that do take a similar blueprint from the real TCG and implement it into Pocket. Obviously, the numbers are way more skewed. Everything in the real TCG has way more health, and damage values are way different. So, whatever card you see in the real TCG, if they are going to copy it, they always are going to like pocketize it and bring the values down and bring, maybe change some things, take something off of the card. They have to do things that make it fit for the Pocket atmosphere, but they have definitely used real TCG cards as a blueprint. In fact, Solgaleo and Lunala are good examples of that. Their abilities are really similar to what the actual TCG cards are. BE says, these new support trainers all suck because they only work with, like, one card. Some of them, yes, I agree with that. There's some good ones, though. Sophocles is going to be good. Illima's going to be good. I think Lana has a chance of being good on her cards. Switch in one of your opponents. Okay, so she's a Sabrina, right? But it's a Sabrina that I get to choose. So this could be nasty. We'll have to see how Araquanid plays. But being able to pick... It's like a Cyrus, actually. It's a Cyrus with no restrictions. They don't have to be hurt. I get to pick your card, whatever it is. It's going in the active. Boom, you're done. You know? Jay, I do think they are going to start to slow down with how they're releasing packs. I think we're going to see smaller, more frequent packs be released. Instead of it being like these big giant packs that cover the entire gen, I think we're going to have like smaller themed packs that are like, like a gym themed pack or like a specific Pokemon themed pack. Like an evolution themed pack. You know what I mean? We'll start seeing things like that are smaller, maybe like 20 cards, instead of like these giant 80 card, 100 and some card, sets that we have to try to complete. Jay, the physical cards are definitely much slower to release than what they're doing on Pocket. I'm kind of torn. The community is somewhat torn on how they're releasing cards in Pocket. If you're playing this free-to-play, it's getting to the point where it's impossible to keep up with opening everything free-to-play and getting everything free-to-play. You know what I mean? Like, it's impossible to have the entire collection completed as just free-to-play. They're releasing packs that quickly. You can get lucky. It's not totally impossible, but it's hard. Very, very hard. I would say it's healthy for the game now. Throw as much as you can at us early on, because it's healthy for variety for the meta. So, I think we should get as much as we can, as early on as we can, and then have it switch into something where they start to release smaller sets, maybe a little more frequently even, instead of once a month. Maybe give us, again, a smaller set every 3 weeks or something like that. Sorry, guys, I'm way behind in chat. Let me scroll through, and I'm yapping. PJ, I agree, right? You never know what, if you have an idea today that could be adapted to tomorrow. I love theory crafting. You know me. We could spend hours just theory crafting. Shit, the other day when these cards first got leaked, it was just Solgaleo and Lunala. 2 cards got leaked, and I think we spent 4 hours theory crafting. Antara says, Alolan Golem is electric type, right? He could be. He should be. He definitely could and should be. If that's the case, that would make it so, like, Togedemaru and probably Vikavolt are all going to be electric too. Like, he's going to act as maybe like an electric Blaine. It's starting to look like. PJ says, Lan will be good if Araquanid is passable. Could be a 6-card boss's order. Anyways, hope we don't run out. Thanks for getting to my comment. Of course, Jay. Thanks for dropping the comment. I love when people are active in chat, so anytime. I think, though, they may go through... Jay, it's possible they go through every generation fairly fast. Like, that'll probably be the first thing we do, is we go through every generation, kind of how they're doing now. Where we're going to get one main set, like, tomorrow's going to be the opening set for Gen 7. This is Gen 7, right? Either way, opening set for Gen 7 if Alolan's Gen 7. But this will be the opening set for this gen. And then we're going to get probably 2 boosters, similar to what we saw last time. We'll get 2 boosters that are somewhat related to this. I'm thinking they'll do 2, like an Ultra Beast one, and then maybe, hopefully, a Ultra Beast Necrozma. That would be awesome for the second one. And then that would lead us to like June, July, right? That would be June, that would be July, so that would lead us to August for the next actual gen, or the next set. Again, it should be around August for the next full set, like we're going to see tomorrow. For June and July, there'll be booster sets, but August, it'll be another full generation. So, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm thinking maybe Gen 3. They've got to give us Gen 3 before Mega Evolutions come out, and Mega Evolutions are dropping with ZA in the fall. You would assume that we're going to see Mega Evolutions happen in Pocket around the same time as ZA. But again, I would hope that they have Gen 3 already in the game before they give us Mega Evolutions. That's just my thought. Alright, what else we got here? Let's go through, see if there's anything else we missed. Acerola, she gives me hope that we're getting Palossand and Mimikyu. Well, obviously we are. So we're going to see a Palossand and a Mimikyu. But it says, choose one of your Palossand or Mimikyus that has damage on it. Move 40 of its damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. This is actually interesting. This could be good. Depending on how these 2 cards are or play, this could be an interesting card. Like, you could do a lot of... You heal yourself. You do 40 damage. And you can attack that turn. So you could be hitting a lot, depending on how much damage these 2 cards could do. Jamie says, this set looks to be the most diverse in terms of meta. I agree. I just want the game to stop revolving around a rock, paper, scissors. That's why I'm a big fan of them throwing these big sets at us as fast as possible. At least for the time being, is because it's making the meta more diverse. And it's stopping that. Like, if you think back to the early, just genetic Apex, it was literally just rock, paper, scissors. I don't know how they're going to do Megas, honestly. That is going to be it's going to be something. You got to think, it's already going to be a pain to set up a stage 2 to begin with. Rare Candy is going to make it a little easier, but it's going to be a pain to set up stage 2s. So, not only do you have to set up a stage 2, but you essentially have to set up a stage 3. And then how does it work, too? Are you going to just one-shot everything? Are you going to... Does the game end? Like, how... What... I don't know. I agree, Megas are going to be really tough to balance. Jay says, what do you guys think about the turbo-style tourneys as an alternative? Like, even if the game doesn't adapt it, or adopt it, what do you think about a limitless tourney that speeds up those really long tourneys? So, Jay, I think it would be really cool if they implemented tournaments in the game. Like, if they did tournaments, maybe... This is just my idea, and it would probably be a lot and burn out pretty quick at this rate. But if you did an in-game tournament every 3 hours, where I don't know how the hell they would make it work, but you could sign up for it somehow and just like sit there, and you'd have to be active in the game, or it could pop up and say, hey, your match is up, as like a little notification if you're not in the game, and then you have 3 minutes to sign in. If you don't sign in the game, then you forfeit your match and you're done with the tournament. Maybe something like that. I don't know. It would be very hard for them to set this up, I feel like. It would be pretty resource intensive. So there's a good chance we'll never see this happen. But if they could adopt some sort of in-game tournament that they could run, again, on clockwork, run one every 3 hours, every 6 hours, and then just continue that daily for, until the game ends, I guess. I would have a lot of fun with that. Tournaments are fun for me. Tournaments are different than ranked. Grinding ranked, it's fun, but it's like, it's not the same feeling of, like, winning multiple games in a row and having it mean something. Whereas ranked, it's just like, yay, I'm climbing ranked. But, like, if you win multiple games in a tournament, you're like, yay, I'm the best out of everybody here in this tournament. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different feeling of winning. You win in ranked and you just move on with your life. That's it. Oh, cool, I won. That's it. My life's done. Move on. You win in a tournament and it's like, hell yeah, I'm hyped. Oh my god, my next match. Oh yeah, it means something. It's progressive. I don't know if they're going to ever be able to pull that off, unfortunately. But the good news is it's very easy to sign up for tournaments on Limitless. So that's what I've been doing. Also, guys, if you haven't yet ever figured out how to sign up for a tournament on Limitless, let me show you how. We have a video for that. If you guys are interested, you can sign up just off your phone for Pocket tournaments. There's tournaments basically daily. But there is a large tournament that happens every Saturday. It's got a $400 prize pool. It's free to enter. If you guys are curious on how to enter, there's a link to a video I made. Show you how to sign up on the Limitless website. And again, you can join for free. You can do it right off your phone. Happens weekly, and you have a chance at winning $400. Plus, you get to play in tournaments. Tournaments are a lot of fun. We also stream our tournament run every Saturday, so make sure you drop in every Saturday. Catch our tournament run. Let's see. Let's go through some more of these here. Choose one, Alolan Marowak or Turtonator. Take 2 fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to that Pokemon. Your turn ends. He might be decent. So here's Alolan Marowak. He's not that great, but he's alright. The reason this is good, though, is you can now play Alolan Marowak on any team. It turns him into a colorless Pokemon, essentially. Because you will add the 2 fire energy from the support card. And then all you have to do is add a colorless energy, so you can add anything. Then flip 2 coins, attack does 70 damage for each heads. If at least one of them is heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. That's pretty good. So you're doing either 0 damage, right? Is that how that works? Yeah, you'd do potentially 0 damage, or 80 damage, or 150 damage. This guy's all over the place. Jamie, I do feel like, again, for it, when they add megas, they are going to probably pocket them down, or they will bring all the values, the damage, the health, all that. It's going to be brought down to, like, pocket levels, so it won't be totally out of control, but it'll be hard to set up, and I don't know, it's still going to be hard to balance, that's for sure. This will be a fun card, though. The reason this is interesting is it's just a basic, so he's not bad for a basic. Or not a basic, excuse me, a junior card. He's only 1 prize point, not 2. I'm curious what Turtonator does. This could be good. If Turtonator ends up being like a dragon stall type, kind of like a Druddigon, this could be good. Generally, Turtonator has like counterattacks for any games that he's in. So I could see him functioning as like a Druddigon, where you attack him, he does damage, or he has some sort of counterattack. But this might make it so you could set up and actually play the Turtonator. Because, again, Dragon cards are infamous for running, like, well, 3 energy in the sense that it's a colorless and then 2 energy types. So he could maybe make it so that you could actually run an attack with a Turtonator. Kind of like how Druddigon, usually nobody even attacks with Druddigon. What else we got? We got Rotom Dex. This one is an interesting one. So PJ pointed this out to me. I thought this card was absolutely useless when I first read it. Look at the top card of your deck, and then you may shuffle your deck. To me, it made no sense. Why would you want to look at the top card, and then it's just like... To me, it just seemed like it was going to be a shuffle your deck type card, which could be useful in instances like Mythical Slab, where, oh, I didn't draw a card I wanted, or a Psychic card, but I drew like another good card, and now it's at the bottom of my deck. Something like this, where you can then shuffle your deck, would be a good way to break that, or, you know, reverse that. But to me, I didn't understand what the first part of this was. Why would you even need to look at the top card of your deck if it's just going to immediately shuffle it? You'd never get to use it. Like, what's the point of it? But PJ pointed this out. It's a then you may shuffle it. So you don't actually have to shuffle. You get the choice of shuffling your deck. So you can look and see, hey, I like the next card coming up. Or, no, I don't like that. Boom, I'm shuffling. All right, Duck, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Jay says, I'm taking my past experience with online poker with these ideas. Oh, that's a good idea. Jay, you should definitely stop in sometime on on a Saturday. We run Ursi's tournament. I don't know if you've ever entered Ursi's tournament, but it's a giant 1,000-player tournament. It's basically the meta-defining tournament, or one of the most heavily meta-defining tournaments. I was gonna say you should definitely stop in though. I'd be interested to either see if you're gonna make excuse me, I'm losing my voice. If you're gonna go on a tournament run, or if you'd want to like hang out and watch our tournament run. Be a good idea, or not a good idea, good time. Excuse me. Be a good idea. Be a good idea, pal. If I were you, I'd show up. PJ says, Stage 2s took 5 months to balance, and they may have went too far with rare candy. Megas will probably just be hard to balance, if not harder. I wonder if they're going to make it so we have to draw an item, or have an item to draw the mega. Like, is it going to be another rare candy instance where, like, I have to have a Mega Stone and then the Mega Evolution card in my hand? Or, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to play. Poplio could be an interesting one. Nighttime Poplio has a sleep ability, and Poplio is infamous for sleeping, so I'm wondering if like the final evolution for him might have some sort of sleep ability. If he could sleep from the bench, that'd be nasty. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what these starters end up doing. I'm excited for tomorrow. Set will be live within, what is it? 22 hours, guys. Evie Play says it might just be a tool card, like a Mega Bracelet. That's a good idea. So I guess speaking of, like, tool cards, we had an idea for Necrozma. How would Necrozma maybe work if they were going to give us, like, Duskmane and Ultra Beast Necrozma? Or Ultra, whatever, like, Gold Dragon Necrozma. My thought is Necrozma could maybe have an ability that if you have Solgaleo or Lunala on the board, Necrozma could act as a tool where you attach it to Solgaleo or Lunala and it transforms them into Duskmane. I don't know. See, now, the Duskmane and Dawnwings might be a good test on how they could play something like Mega Evolutions. Because are they going to do it where you evolve from Solgaleo into Duskmane and Dawnwings? Or are they just going to give us a basic of Dawnwings? And that seems OP as hell. If they just gave us a straight basic, like, hey, you can just put this in, no evolution needed. Jay says, oh, it's Straggle Daggle. Oh, okay, I remember. Yeah. Sorry, Jay. I'm bad with names first off, but I do get bad at remembering names when they're not the same too. Shraggle Daggle, though. I remember. PJ says, if there's extra restrictions on playing them, then they'll just be bad unless you're lucky. See, that's what I'm thinking. That's not a great balance. It's not fun. And if they just evolve into pseudo EXs, then some will be too good. Think Mega Kang. Kang's good on its own, and if you give it the option to evolve into something better, then it could be a little too good. I don't know. I'm wondering how they're going to do it. B says there's EX and then EX Mons, so EX can go Ryolu, Mega, and EX goes Lucario to Mega. Huh. Guys, I think I'm gonna end up wrapping up the stream here for tonight. I'm gonna get some sleep. We're gonna be live tomorrow. I will see if you guys notice, or if you guys, again, if you guys aren't a part of the Discord, I'm gonna link it one more time here in chat. Head on over to the Discord. Or join up today. At some point, the set's gonna be leaked. The moment the set gets data mined and the full set gets leaked, we will we'll discuss it. We'll probably go live and talk about it, or at least discuss it in Discord. But that's where it's probably going to be popped up first, is in our Discord channel. So join today. If you're not a member of the Discord yet, make sure you head on over. Join the conversation there, because like I said, it's going to get leaked in Discord for sure. But either way, guys, I'm going to probably wrap it up here for tonight, and then we will be live tomorrow. Again, be ready for tomorrow. It's going to be a crazy night. We're going to be going absolutely bonkers with the summons, and then right after summons, we're going to go into some games. So, catch us tomorrow. I'm glad everybody stopped out tonight, though. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm glad we hung out and discussed some cards. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll figure out some more ideas too for like Necrozma and stuff. Maybe tomorrow, once the full set gets leaked, we can maybe figure out what their plans are for like how they're going to deal with this day and night stuff. If maybe we get Necrozma tomorrow, we don't know. We don't know. PJ says, "Night J, see you later, cowboy." Is that the Spraggles? Is that the Spraggles outro, or is that the Cowboy Bebop outro? See you, Space Cowboy. Alright, guys. Either way, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Again, make sure you hit that sub button if you didn't yet sub to the channel. Also, drop a like on the stream if you're on the way out. I'd appreciate it. But either way, I will catch you guys tomorrow night. Have a great night. Take it easy. We'll see ya tomorrow. Jay, real quickly before I leave, I am in Mountain Time. So tomorrow night, I will be live at least by 10. By 10 p.m., we're going to be live. I wanted to be live probably a couple hours before the set actually goes live. Just so we are set up, ready to go. I wanted our stream to hopefully get some traffic too. Hopefully it's a big stream tomorrow night and a lot of fun. Again, guys, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see ya. We'll do the Spraggles outro. Mwah, we did it.